Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from TheRightTrader.com here, back today with another daily crypto update. As per usual, I'm going to be going over Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, Neo, Vertcoin, Monero, Omisego, and Lisk, all in that order, in a more detailed technical analysis in just a minute here. But first off, let me go over what's been going on, with the general market and the altcoins here in the past couple hours. And as you can see, it's looking very nice, right? We have a lot of green in the market, and pretty much a bounce on a lot of the altcoins, and even, in the top 10 also pretty much completely green, as you can see. So that's some really good news. And, if you've been watching my previous daily crypto updates, for a couple days we were a bit range bound in multiple cryptocurrencies. So I'm pretty sure that a lot of these broke to the upside. I'll get to that in the technical analysis in just a second, but basically it's looking good. And, I'm not 100% what created this bounce, but it looks like it was Bitcoin that started moving back up, and the market followed Bitcoin's bullish movement, right? So like I said, it does seem like the cryptocurrencies are kind of following Bitcoin's lead right now, since Bitcoin has some forks coming up and stuff, so they're kind of following wherever Bitcoin's going. It is what it is. It's not a bad thing or a good thing, but that's just the direction that the market is taking right now. And let me just give a quick shout out to Coinbase. If you haven't purchased cryptocurrencies yet, go check them out. That's where I buy my cryptocurrencies. They're not a sponsor. And I have a link in the description. You can get $10 free worth of Bitcoin. So let's get into the technical analysis right away on Bitcoin and what's been going on. So as you can see, we actually did break out from this high here, which was 6,189. And if we look here, we're currently at 1,062. So we're actually under that right now, but we did move above that, which means that we created a higher high and we did actually put in a lower low. So we're actually continuing our uptrend here, which is great to see, right? And now it's looking like the MACD will turn back up. We bounced off the RSI uptrend line. The histogram is turning back up as well. So over here, looking really good for Bitcoin actually, right? Which it was looking kind of, shaky just a couple days ago, but now it looks like we're back in bullish uptrend, and, we should be able to continue moving higher from here, right? And we don't have any previous resistance level, obviously, since we're at all-time highs right now. So, obviously we're going to be looking at 6,500, see how it acts around that. Could pull back down or continue moving higher, right? But right now, if we can get a close today above the high over here of 6,189, we'll be looking pretty good, and I do expect this to move higher now in the next coming days. So pretty good news for Bitcoin, and obviously that will probably spill over to the other cryptocurrencies in the market, like I said. Now let me zoom in here for Ethereum, but this is looking also quite nice. So as you can see, Ethereum's MACD is actually turning back up now. Same thing with the histogram. It looks like the MACD is about to cross over, which is going to be bullish. We're moving back up on the RSI as well. As far as the candlesticks and price action go, as you can see, we actually were range bound for 3 to 4 days here, and we actually broke above our upper high over here, which was the resistance level of about $300. So we broke above that. We're now at 305, and that's some great news, right? This really means that we broke out of this range bound area to the upside, and obviously it faced a little bit of resistance here at the middle band, this brown line, which was 307. So we can expect it to hopefully move above that in the next coming days, but there is going to be quite a few resistance levels, right? Obviously, like I said, this middle band is going to create some problems, and then we have a lot of lines here from previous highs and stuff and downtrends and all that. It's a bit of a mess, but as you can see, we're in this inner triangle right over here. So there's going to be some resistance levels, but we're going to see if it can really make a push to the upside now with the added strength in the market. But it could take a couple days before we really get a breakout in Ethereum. Nothing to be worried about, though. Like I said, if Bitcoin moves up now, it seems like the market will follow through. Let's move over to Litecoin. So it was looking really bad yesterday, and it pulled through at the last minute here with a move back into the symmetrical triangle. Now it did face resistance on its middle band as well, which is the brown line, so 57.87. But we're still above the uptrend line, which is good, right? We want it to be back in the symmetrical triangle formation, which we now are. And we also broke out of this downtrend that was being created, right? Which was this blue line that I drew yesterday. So that's another bullish sign. MACD turning back up, Same thing with the histogram. We're moving the RSI back into the symmetrical triangle as well. So, Litecoin is looking good here. I might be looking to add actually in this area. Obviously, now that we're back into the symmetrical triangle, we're just going to see it bounce in there for not much longer, since we're coming to the end of it. And it actually looks like it might move to the upside now with the added Bitcoin strength. Let's move over to Ripple now. It's nice to see a good day in the market after, a couple days here where it was looking pretty bad. And it was very, unpredictable and shaky actually. So Ripple, good news for Ripple as well. RSI moving back towards the uptrend line. We'll see if it can break back into that range. MACD now looking really nice, turning over after a long overextension. Same thing with the histogram. And same thing, similar to Litecoin, we had a bit of a short-term downtrend in the making, which it actually broke out of. And so now we're moving to the upside, faced resistance on the middle band, which was the 22 cent area. And, it seems like there's quite a bit of resistance over here near this 22 cent area. So that might be a little bit of a hard level for it to break. So, it might bounce up here and sort of in between the 22 cent and this uptrend line for a bit until it can really make a stronger move. But right now we're back into the, we're safe in this symmetrical triangle for now. So that's good. Moving over to NEO now. NEO has been kind of up and down. So as you can see, NEO not having the best day here compared to some of the others, but not bad. So basically, if you haven't watched my previous daily crypto updates, what's been going on with NEO is it's been testing a bunch of times this downtrend line, right? Which is good because, there was enough strength to test it this many times. But the problem is when you test something this many times, you're more likely to eventually fail and falling back down. So right now it's still holding its lows here of, around $26. And that's a good thing, but we do want to see it, really break above this downtrend line, right? Once and for all. And right now it's in a very it's consolidating a lot over here, right? Which means that we'll see a move either to the downside or the upside soon. But the MACD is starting to turn back up now. Same thing with the histogram. RSI looks like it wants to move back into the symmetrical triangle formation, and we just want to really see it break this downtrend line, like I said, right? But we put in a lot of resistance levels in that area as well. So $31 is going to have quite a bit of resistance, and back up to 34 is something that we really want to see break to make a higher high. But right now we'll just have to wait and see, can we get a close above this downtrend line is what we're looking for, right? Obviously, if the market is strong enough and it's looking like we are going to get some added strength now, NEO will most likely move more to the upside than the downside, but it is having some trouble still. So, have to be a bit careful with that, and usually it's best to wait for confirmation in these types of situations. Now, Vertcoin actually having a bad day, if I'm not mistaken, which is, understandable considering the fact down about 10%. It's been breaking out enormously, and this is to be expected. A healthy pullback is normal after such an increase. So unfortunately, people who are holding Vertcoin right now aren't benefiting from the up day, but they had a great time here in the past couple of days, so it's not that big of a deal. And we're going to see if it's going to break below this 70 line on the RSI. If it does, that's probably going to mean we're going to have a little bit more of a more serious pullback, that might last a bit longer than, just a couple days. We're going to be looking for, support at this low of today, which is $4, possibly even as low as, this red line over here, which is the sort of $3.30 area. So this whole range right here up until this pink line, which we now broke below. So yeah, this is sort of the range that we can expect it in if we're going to get some consolidation and a little bit of a break here from the enormous increase that it had, put in a short-term high of $5.69, okay? So what's funny is we actually, even though we have a down day here, Vertcoin made a higher high and a lower low, right? Which is actually a good sign nonetheless. Now, we do want to see it move back above this pink line, right, for continuation of the bullish move, I guess. Otherwise, probably going to see some consolidation, which is fine considering the increase that it had, like I said, right? I don't think there's any reason to be worried about Vertcoin right now, but obviously, was a massive increase, and you know, after something like that, pullback is just bound to happen. So moving over to Monero now. It was very range bound for, you know, multiple days, like I said, and it seems like we might be seeing the beginning of a little bit of a breakout here. Like I said, I had a feeling that it wasn't looking good yesterday, but now it seems like it could move towards the upside with a pretty nice green candlestick after the doji. So little reversal here going on. And, you know, it seems like the MACD is starting to pop back out. We'll see if that could be something bigger. RSI here, like I said, it's still pretty range bound and flat, so it doesn't tell much, but it is moving back up as well. And as far as the candlesticks go, like I said, it's range bound with the Bollinger Bands and everything. We really want to see it break out, you know, of at least sort of this $100 area, and then, you know, hopefully it can break past this 105 to be really clear and start its way back up to, you know, probably its all-time high over here. But right now we're still range bound, and you know, we'll have to wait and see if we're really able to break above our high of today. Will already be a great sign, right? Which is $96. Probably going to test 100 here. I wouldn't be surprised if we do actually test 100 in the next couple of days. So definitely keep an eye out for Monero. Not looking bad, but, you know, can't obviously predict the future 100% and what's going to happen. So we do have to wait for confirmation on here as well before a true bullish reversal is in play. Let's move over to Omisego now. Okay, so Omisego acting a little bit sloppy. Now, what's good is we are, you know, moving back, but not fully, right? This isn't the best candlestick, but we are looking it's looking like we're moving back into the uptrend, which is definitely something we want to see, because if we lose this, you know, the low that we put in today, if we lose this $6.56 area, you know, that's bad. I can see this thing going way down, you know, to the sort of this $4, and it could really get ugly here for Omisego actually if it breaks that. So that's not something that I would want to see, but it is looking like certain indicators are moving back up, like the RSI and stuff, but it is having trouble, and now it's facing problems with the middle band, which is at $7.82. So I'd want to see a really nice green candlestick here, getting out of sort of, you know, maybe above the high of today, which is $8.08, before really calling this a save here, because right now it's still looking a little bit shaky for Omisego, and we could see something bad happen. So obviously we do want to see it really get back into this uptrend here and maybe start rounding up and turning back to the upside, right? But also a bit early to tell for Omisego, because, you know, right now it's still sort of the first day back into some green price action here for OMG. So let's go over to our final cryptocurrency for today, which is Lisk. Up $2.64%. And bounced nicely off the uptrend line, which is good to see. Now, not the best candlestick ever. You know, as you can see, it got bought up, but then sold off, so buyers were not able to sustain this increase, which isn't the best sign, but we now are testing back the orange line, which could be a good thing. You know, if we get a bounce off that, will be some added strength right there. RSI looking like it almost bounced off the downtrend line. And you know, right now for Lisk, we're pretty much right in the symmetrical triangle formation, and I do expect this one to move even closer to the end of it before making a decision. From what I can see happening right now, it still wants to be in the symmetrical triangle for you know, as long as it can right now, and we're just gonna see, you know, now we don't really even have to look at the highs of days, because we're really getting into the tighter area of the symmetrical triangle, and once we reach, you know, the end of it, it'll make a move to the upside or the downside. We'll just have to wait and see. But obviously, based on the MACD, that's probably a good sign right here, unless we start, you know, really dipping back under, which is possible. We'll just have to wait and see. But with that being said, everyone, I hope you appreciated this cryptocurrency update. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I've been putting a lot of effort into these videos, and I really appreciate all your support. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Have a nice day.